out, share it. Now we are joined at this moment by Kishroy Chambers, brother of the late Sergeant Chambers. You would remember, we all would remember, going back to that fatal day, Bloody Sunday, on April 26th of 2020, where two young men lost their lives by gunshots. All right, there are still so many questions that are unanswered from both sides. I mean, we heard this story as to all the allegations that are in the mix with this particular case from the Chambers family side, from Lewis's family side. So many questions. Even recently, we heard where the commissioner was saying that the Lewis family should be thankful to the police officers because as it pertains to their family, things could have gotten worse for them and their family. Paraphrasing, that's me paraphrasing, right? Now, as it relates to the Chambers family, they're calling for swift justice as it relates to, putting things to rest. I mean, 1 year after, it's basically all that they have been calling for. All right, and Kishroy is here with us this morning, and he's gonna share with us. Good morning, Kishroy.
Good morning to you, and
come closer to the mic. There.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to you.
There we go.
And good morning to the people of St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and everywhere, anywhere in the world where people are listening.
All right, good. Welcome to Extreme Radio. Now, if you got questions that you wish to share with the brother here, feel free to share with us on WhatsApp 4301043. If you want to call, feel free to do so as well. The live link, we are live on Facebook at Extreme 104 on Facebook. All right, go check it out, share it. All right, spread the word. Don't keep it for yourselves. Don't keep it for yourselves. Now, I want to go to this article that was shared in the Searchlight newspaper. All right. I want to go right down to the end where it says justice needs to be swift and transparent. And as was demonstrated by Sergeant Chambers, no one must be seen to be above the law. I want to go in on that for a little bit, but let me go down further. We must echo the voice of our social commentators, Carlos Rejecter Providence. All of us got to work to build the country. There's also the man Age back in 1999 where he said, we have a country to build, and if we don't do it, who will? Or one will be led to ask the question raised by the mighty toiler, too much flaws in the laws. I'll start there. How has it been for you as a brother, the brother of someone who has been so active, not only as a police officer and all that he did with his role as a police officer, but even among the youths of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even at the community level, all that he has done in his lifetime as a even climbing up the ranks in such a short period of time. I mean, how has it been for you and maybe even by extension the rest of the family?
Well, this has been a very difficult time for our family. Our family is a very close-knitted
I can see that.
family, a family that is led by, it's always a passion to talk about mom and dad who have given so much for us as children, and we always endeavor in our life to make them feel proud. And I remember on that Sunday when my sister called and she gave me the news that that my brother have died, that ripped everything out of me. I'm a former soldier, and I know the difficulty and the challenges of police officers and people who have served and so forth, and that have really shattered, the family. But our family, as I said, is led by lions and lionesses. Mm-hmm. And, mom and dad have been, the cornerstone in terms of ensuring that everybody is supported my brother was so close to mom. All of us is close to mom, but it's just a passion to see their relationship. I said some time ago that one of his favorite comment to mom, "Where is my sugar mommy?" You know, and it's sort of show the love and the relationship that they've had together.
Right. But okay, so there is hearing the news that your brother died. That's one thing, but how he met his death is something else. I mean, what did that do for you?
Yes, and I think it's really of as I said, you know, having served and having all the condition in which he have died on duty. I think two things. One, I know my brother is somebody who is very committed to anything that he do. He give 100% in terms of that. But that really, in a sense, it really shook me in terms of St. Vincent and the Grenadines that, you know, a police officer could die in that way. You know, but it gave us as a family a sense that, you know, that he died doing something that he loved, died doing something that he enjoy. And I guess for him, he will not have it any other way. You know, he believe in honor and duty and country, and that is what, in a sense, motivates us to say, in a sense, that if he given that much, we are asking everyone to give the same to him. We were told that one of the comments was made that he investigated war like 9 men in terms of when he did his investigation. We are asking the same. We are asking for this to be done in such a professional manner.
So are you saying to us that after an entire year plus has passed, that you are of the impression that proper investigation has not been done with this particular case?
I won't want to say proper investigation have been done. I will want to say, in a sense, that we believe more should have been done.
More should have been
yes,
done.
I think to bring this to a conclusion, while, in a sense, implementing the strictest of investigation, the highest standard of investigation that, you know, my brother, in a sense, of give to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and give to their employer, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
So, okay, just having that rectified. In the meantime, just letting you know that we are live on Facebook. Go check it out. You got questions, you got concerns you want to share with us, feel free to hit us up 4301043, or you can call us 4571043. Kishroy Chambers is on the inside, the brother of Italy, last year, April 26. Now, you have seen some of the, I'm certain that you must have seen some of the video footage that were circulated. You would have heard all that might have been said by the witnesses, eyewitnesses who were there. What's your take on the entire issue versus what is being said to you from the authorities?
Well, I think as my brother,
any conflicting information inside there?
Well, as
my
brother said, I think he was on your show some time ago, and he one of the fundamental theme in terms of what he was saying is let the evidence speak. I think we don't want to jump to any form of speculation. We believe that in terms of any society, when there's a crime committed, that it is the office of the Commissioner of Police and the DPP, in a sense, to bring clarity. And I think the challenge is,
we haven't been getting clarity.
And
we
haven't
had clarity.
And I guess that's the challenge, where there's a sense of there's no clarity, where people not giving answer. I think the society in itself is left to interpret, what is happening.
Does your gut feeling say to you that information is being withheld from us, the public, from you, the family? What does your gut feeling
again
say?
I don't want to jump to any speculation. As I said, we believe in evidence. We believe in this. We have family who, my mom have three sons have served in the police force. We have many families who've served.
There's a lot of resources.
And a lot of resources. So in a sense,
in that pool right there, do you have any feeling that, well, boy, something is not adding up somewhere along the line?
I think we don't want to
from
jump.
Your own no, it's not jumping. We're not jumping to any speculation. But from your own experience, how do you feel? I mean, one, you have military training. You have brothers who are serving as officers as well. There must be that feeling, the way in which you're feeling, based on your own experience.
Well, I think what I will want to say is the sense of I do believe more should be done. I think that in a sense, because of the lack of transparency, because of the sense.
So you're saying that there isn't transparency?
Well, I think if we have a matter that have been, as I said, my brother have given a lot to this country. If you have a case that have been for a year that and is not come to conclusion. And in the sense, as I said, and I said it openly, in the sense, we are not going to another village to look for what have happened, and we're, in a sense, been informed that of what allegedly have taken place. So we do believe, in a sense, that things need to be a bit more transparent. It need to come to
things like what?
Well, in terms of the investigation, I think we're at the stage now where we in a sense need to see documented evidence in terms of what exactly have taken place, because only then, in a sense, where the family can be in a position to push back robustly or challenge any information when information have been given to us as a family.
Now, have you been privy to any of the evidence?
No, not at this stage.
Been?
No.
All right. What do you mean? What do you mean when you say there is this part? No one must be seen to be above the law. What does that mean?
Well, I think we're all aware of the challenges that St. Vincent and the Grenadines faces. Myself, my brother, that's my the late Sergeant Chambers, my brother Fitzburn Chambers, who are involved in a fundamental role in youth development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we believe that, in a sense, that when these things happen, it must send a message to our young people, in a sense that, first of all, if there anything that happened, it will be investigated. It will be investigated to the highest standards, and also, in a sense, that it send a message that to move away from crime. So
that's the message that you're attempting to send here.
Yes, I think
with no one being above the law.
Well, yes, definitely. I think
I interpret it as something else.
Tell me.
I interpret it as something else. That you're not feeling as if you're getting what you want, and somebody is probably playing around with the law for whatever reason. So you as it relates to justice being served, you're not really, we won't be able to achieve that if this, whoever it is, or which grouping it is, continues to meddle with the law.
Well, I think we've been clear. We've been clear as a family to the police, to anyone, in a sense that we what we expect is the highest form of investigation, and we will robustly challenge.
Do you
if
think
we
that
don't.
you're getting that?
Well, we at this very moment, what we want is a sense of, we really want this matter to come to an end. We want to, in a sense, to see the evidence and the circumstances surrounding this is that. So we, as a family, in a sense, can make first of all, can get some some peace, in a sense, to continue to celebrate his name. But in a sense, if it leads to where we have to robustly challenge anything, we will do it. We're just not a family who give up on our brother. It will never happen.
Right. I don't expect it to happen. I don't expect it to happen. Now, you made mention of peace. Now, what has the relationship been like between the Chambers family and the Lewis family? Because what we were told is that, based on the allegations that were thrown out there, is that Chambers was shot by Lewis. That's what we were told. And we know how that can be. I mean, and then in return, the officers responded to basically, well, what we might consider as an overkill to take out Lewis, because according to them, he was the one who shot and killed Chambers. That must have brought about some kind of friction, maybe animosity between both families. Is that the case? Where are you today?
Well, I want to refer to a statement that was made by my mom, in the sense that my mom said that you have no animosity against anyone. we are led in a sense as children by our parents. The values of our parents is essential in this. Everything that we do, we ask, mom and dad for their permission in terms of how to approach this. So I think in terms of what we will say is that my mom is someone dad who believe have strong Christian values and so forth and so on.
Well,
so
both families
yes.
do.
So
Both
we
families
are
do. But
led-
have you been in communication? Checking in on each other? How y'all holding up? How you holding up?
No,
Nothing
no,
like that.
No.
Because they too are calling for justice for their son. You, on the other hand, you're seeking justice for your brother. I mean, so both parties that were involved, that were affected, that lost lives, are calling for justice. That leaves us where?
Well, I think where it leaves us in a sense is where do we get the justice? Where there's a system.
And what would you consider as justice?
Well, we consider in a sense that, as I said, first of all, the matter to come to a close, the highest form of investigation and methodology applied to this case. And we will look at the evidence and weigh up those evidence as the public. This is the sense, not only is this family, our brother have given something to this family, have given something to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I was in the airport in Barbados, and somebody came up to me and tell me the impact that my brother have had on their life. So this is not only a fight for the Chambers family, it's a fight for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and for everyone within St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This young man have given his life, for his country, and we expect, in a sense, the country to return the same to ensure that justice is being done.
Okay, we'll stick a pin for a little bit. Let me see. Michael is checking inside. He says, what did I do? Okay. Good morning, Fuji. Bless God in everything. God is in control. Everyone has their day. All of us will be judged. Good morning, Kishroy, Fuji. Big up, Michael Johnson from Diamond in the house. Morning. And somebody, Camille is saying we need justice for Officer Chambers. So what would you accept as closure? What would bring closure for you and the family in this particular case?
Yeah, so what would bring closure for us is first of all the completion of the investigation, the coroner's inquest in terms of understanding the circumstances that surround his death, and then I think from that will start a process for us as a healing process. We as a family, as I said, will never forget the sacrifice in a sense.
But what if, according to the information that comes from the coroner's inquest, for example, points you in a different direction from what you've been told over a year and a couple of months going forward? What happens next?
Well, that is a sense.
Stick up in. Let's take a call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Chambers family for giving us a Vincentian who protect us. I just want to say thank you because he couldn't be a good son without a good mother. So big up to the family. He couldn't be a good human being without a good family to build a good structure. So first of all, I want to say thanks for that as a Vincentian living abroad. Because I hear great thing about the officer.
Right.
And I want justice for him. And I also want us to rally behind the Chambers family, because how did we get here that now we have to fight for justice? Because we as a nation have ignored for 40 years, 50 years, however years, before ULP, this is bigger than ULP, this is bigger than NDP. Everybody likes to politicize things. We just ignore when injustices are occurred in the justice system because it don't affect us directly. And next week it could be Miss Johnson. Next month it could be Miss Walker's son. So we have to stand up for what is right. And we can't just leave this to the Chambers family alone because this affects us all. Because if it could happen to a police officer, it could happen to a regular civilian.
That's true.
So I just playing for the people in St. Vincent and Grenadines, just rally behind the Chambers family, because the guy could have do anything else, but he decided to solve and protect. And he really did solve and protect from what I've been reading about him. So I just want to say, I send in positive energy to the family, and I hope all will get the justice and get the proper closure that y'all deserve and the proper recognition that the officer deserve. And his name needs to go on a plaque and go down in our history books for the future generation to show this is a perfect example as a police officer, and if an injustice has occurred, we need to lose that as a building block and build upon it. So next year, next month, next year, next 40 years, this will not repeat itself. Big up all itself.
All right then, good. Thank you there, Max. Right, anything you would wanna respond with to that caller?
Yes, I want to say thank you
All
very
right.
much again for the support, and I think that really echoed the sentiment of why we're here. We're here as a family, in a sense of saying that our brother have touched the life of many people with it, the level, the way in which he investigate matter. But I think it's just a common decency that he have in terms of with anyone in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. No matter I met my pastor. Even my pastor told me of a situation where something happened with somebody that was very prominent, and he said it doesn't matter, and he went down there. And he was robust in terms of what he's doing. I think that is the spirit of St. Vincent the Grenadines. This is the spirit in which we have to encourage among our professionals and among our children and among our young people. And this is the robustness will get things done in St. Vincent, and so that is why we continue to make that call.
All right. Shout outs to Shani. Big ups to Shane West as well. Roxanne is on the inside. Good morning to you as well. Gaza Trish says the whole Chambers family is a wonderful family. I remember, I think it should be the days Kishroy was our trainer for Police Youth Club, and his deceased brother. All of us were in the Police Youth Club. A lot of youngsters would remember Sergeant Chambers from the Police Youth Club. I mean, he's an officer who, even Pittsburgh, these are officers who I worked with personally. So I know in terms of the level of professionalism, among other things. But I was asking you, because I'm going back there. So what if you said that maybe hearing from the coroner's inquest, what really happened and so on and so forth, that would give you some level of closure. But my question is, what if what comes from the coroner's inquest upon completion, you're hearing that what you were being told over this period of time is not reflective of what is coming from that inquest?
Well,
what's next?
Well, rightfully, that will never be acceptable. I think, in a sense that we will definitely, as a family, as I said before, we're led by our mom and dad. So we will definitely have a discussion as a family and then decide our next course of action. But we will not, it will never happen that we as a family will just take any information. We will definitely, as I said, we believe in professionalism and believe that have to be upheld to the highest standard. And if there is something that, in a sense, different to what, in a sense, was told, definitely it will be challenged in a very robust way.
Okay. Now, I want to go back on transparency for a little bit. What are you being told is the reason for the delay, the hold-up in the coroner's inquest?
Well, I don't want to get much into
Well, you must have been given a reason. You can say what the
yes,
reason is. You ain't going to get in any trouble.
Well, I think one of the I think that there's some outstanding information that still need to be gathered, and I'm
outstanding
hearing
information.
and I'm hearing about processes and so forth and so on. But I think the reality of it, I think where we are today is the sense of we do believe that things should have been wrapped up by now. We do believe that that more should have been done. And in a sense, I 100% in terms of, believing that if you've served your country with that high standard, I do believe that the country have to do the same for you. Right. And I'm not an
At
apologist.
least give that level of respect.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah,
and there's a
yeah.
family definitely is not an apologist when it comes to that.
But more information, more after such a long, more. Jesus, peace. Shout out to Janice. Hey, Janice. What's going on? Morning. Let me see. Big up to the Extreme family. We all the way in London. Ricardo. Shout out to Ricardo. Look, somebody. Dwayne. Thank you, Dwayne. Someone was actually asking the same question. What is the delay on the coroner's inquest. Let me see. The team who were there know who killed your brother. The cop and all of them, they are covering up something. The COP and all of them covering up something. Do you have the same feeling?
No,
Do you feel this way?
we believe in the rule of law. We believe.
But do you feel that way? You can't believe in the rule of law, but still have that gut feeling that something is kind of off.
Well, I think, as I said before, I think it's very important that we stick to evidence, and we, as a family, as I said, when we speak on behalf of our parents in terms of how this is going, and we believe in us, that all we're saying is that we just need to see the evidence, we need to see the circumstances surrounding the death, and we don't want to jump to any sort of conclusion.
If you're accepting what is being told, why then do you still need to see evidence?
Oh no, we're not accepting what we're told. No. We'll not accept. We don't accept what have been told. We as a system, and when a system go to present evidence in court, that is, those evidence have to be in a sense be factual. With this case, I believe that there must be a high burden of proof. I will want to use the word beyond reasonable doubt. So that is not in a sense that somebody come to us as a family and say this has happened. It means that as Margaret may had said that unless it's not printed, unless it's not documented, is not true. We in a sense need something to be documented, presented as an official document, and then in a sense we can make an assessment from there. We just don't want to accuse anybody. We do respect the police. As I said, we believe in the rule of law. We believe in high standard of professionalism and so forth.
Yeah. Let me ask you another one. I think the general consensus across the board is that, listening in the public domain, we have been told that he died as a result of friendly fire. Most of us don't believe that. Do you believe that your brother died as a result of friendly fire?
As I said, yes. Well, I think
you're going back there.
Let me just mention something. So there's two.
Nothing is wrong with having doubt.
There's two methodology in terms of understanding such operation. One is called FIBUA. It's called in fighting in built-up areas. A special method.
Wait. Okay, so go slow so you can better explain it.
Yes. So
right.
it's called FIBUA. FIBUA. So it's fighting in built-up areas. So in a sense,
right.
In terms of the training that I've received, if you are going into a house, you apply a certain drills in terms of carrying out operations,
right.
Like that. That is a very high standard in terms of, the military, and there's next one in terms of fighting in urban areas.
What? Knocks one? What?
So, sorry, I'm saying is that it's a different method.
Right.
So a different method to enter a house to do operation, and there's a different method in terms of fighting in a more open, a more urban sort of area. So the higher standard of drills and the higher standard of marksmanship principles and discipline is needed to carry out any operation where you go and you fight in you want to make an entry to a house. As I said, there's a lot being said in terms of the public. We only can rely on in terms of evidence.
But from your military training and experience, do you think that the right drill was applied here in this, with all that transpired on that?
Well, we don't know the drill, so we can't comment on we don't have any understanding about the drill that have been coming in terms of the SOPs in terms of carrying out such operation. And we believe in a sense that hopefully we see in a sense a build up to such as what's the standard operating procedure and the type of method that is used and so forth and so on. Okay. So we don't know these things as yet. So we're still waiting on information to make decision.
All right. No, I feel my phone going off, and I know I'm getting somebody upset this morning. I know somebody is upset this morning, but hey, that's why we're here. Kishroy is on the inside, the brother of Sergeant Chambers. I think I want to hear from Fitzburn in a while. From now, we're gonna end this live here now, pay some bills, and we're gonna come back. All right, I love the way that you're sticking to your guns. No pun intended there, right? But we'll share some more. We'll share some more as we go through the course of this morning. All right, we're just going back a little bit to April 26th, that fatal day when two young men lost their lives. Unfortunately, strange circumstances. Some might conclude that they are, unfortunate for both sides of for both families, the Lewis's family and the Chambers family as well. Let me see this final one I could probably share. Shout outs to DJ Cali Fuller inside with us as well. Isola says, Mr. Chambers, you can't play mass and afraid of powder. If you want the truth, seek the real truth. Stop back flipping on some of the questions. Your response? I'm reading.
Well, I think you're reaching a very wide audience, and I think everybody, in a sense, will have their views.
Yeah,
but I think it's very important that as I said, it's under no circumstances in front of the Commissioner of Police, in front of anyone, we will be robust. There's no circumstance in which we as a family will just take anything from anybody. It will never happen.
And you're keeping it professional.
Yes, but it's very important that we respect the rule of law. We are I get you.
Yeah, don't mind me.
We are a family who believe in the values of young people, and we want to always represent ourselves in that manner.
All right. Someone else is saying April 26, 2020, a day I will never forget. Another one says 2 lives were lost on that day. If a cop killed Chambers, he should step forward and admit his wrongdoings and let justice be served. I want to ask you one more before we end on this live. As it relates to the ballistics, I'm certain that attention will be paid to the ballistics, military training experience and all. What are they telling you?
Well, I can tell you what we asked for. We have asked
what
for,
you asked
for.
So
we definitely have asked for, in a sense that from the get-go, we do believe, as you know, that shooting a gun, the strangulation, if I'm calling the right name in terms of the grooving, everything in a sense is like a unique fingerprint.
Correct.
So I think in a sense that we did ask for a ballistic report. We do expect the authority in a sense to do this, because I think in a sense it gives us that sort of clarity as a family, and as I said, not only as a family but for St. Vincent the Grenadines. So we have asked for that to be done. We do believe in a sense, we hopefully that in a sense that will be done. We won't accept, as I said, anything. We will accept the highest standards, and we will promise that by everyone. We will promise that by the Prime Minister, St. Vincent the Grenadines.
Okay, great.
And we expect that to be done.
Okay. All right. We'll end this live here and we'll resume in just a little bit. We got to pay some bills and we come right back. Keep it locked inside to the X on